favorite bands, indeed. And you know, I think I've been sort of feeling it out, and I think the answer might be MegaDeth, Amon Amarth, and Iron Maiden. Okay, so MegaDeth. I mean, what can you say about MegaDeth? They're a great band. They have... I like all of their albums. Risk is tough. You know, Risk is... Like, for example, yeah, you know, Risk... See, here's the thing. I think if there's one fault of me as a critic... Well, you know what? No, here's the thing. I don't know. But anyway, Risk. Now, Amon Amarth, what can you say about them? They are a lot of fun, as Questy says. You know, Amon Amarth is fun. They have almost nothing but, well, yeah, they have almost nothing but good albums. If there was one album that I'd say was lesser, from sort of a sonic perspective, there is something bad or not as good about Deceiver of the Gods, but I mean, on another level, Deceiver of the Gods has some of the best, it really just has some of the best stuff ever. And like, you know, tell me that Johann's in actually multiple of those songs maybe, but certainly in I don't know if it's Father of the Wolf, maybe it is one of the earlier songs on the album, maybe, I don't know, but tell me that, you know, basically there's a song where like the song is building up, and then finally Johann just goes, oh, as if like that was like the release of all the building up. And Johann's whole thing is like going, oh, like it's, you know, it's melodic death metal, it's death metal, like he says in one of the concert videos, you know, this is death metal. Nobody's going to know if you don't know the lyrics, you know, because most of the lyrics just sound like, see, when people say Cookie Monster, it tends to make it sound like kind of funnier and kind of less, I don't know, like it just sounds, I don't know, but like I like the lyric, I like the vocals and the lyrics to Amon Amarth. And then you have Iron Maiden, and Iron Maiden is just, you can't really do much better than Iron Maiden ever. I mean, talk about a band with albums. Iron Maiden has so many good albums. I'd say every one of their albums is good. I like every one of them. And yes, I even like the Blaze Bayley albums. Yes, I even like No Prayer for the Dying and the Fear of the Dark album, which Fear of the Dark I actually really like. See, it took me a while. I know it took me a while to get into Fear of the Dark, and you know, the main song, I had it on my Iron Maiden Greatest Hits album, Edward the Great. That was the first album I got by them. And it was the Rock and Rio version. I had a friend who said Rock and Rio. It's like, it's not Rio, Rio. Rio de Janeiro, okay? My stepmom actually is literally from Brazil, and I think she's literally from Rio, so. But anyway, you know, that song, Fear of the Dark, I think they supposedly play it at like most concerts, if not every one, or like it's a good song to close the concert out, and like that song is very immediately entertaining, but the rest of the album, it actually, like, it feels more like a Steely Dan album. I'll tell you what, that album is more like a Steely Dan album, where it's more of a groove album. If Iron Maiden made one album where, like, and I think they really just have one album where it's like, you put it on at night, it's like putting on A Nighthawks of the Diner by Tom Waits, or a Steely Dan album, really of any kind, maybe. Just like, it's an album where you just throw it on and you groove out to it, you chill out to it. It is a good album, and yeah. If I were to have a fourth band on this list, for some reason Anthrax kept coming up. That kept coming to mind, and I was thinking, well, you know, like, I don't know if I've listened to enough Anthrax, especially, like, even of the big four of thrash metal. Well, of the big four, Anthrax is the one I've listened to least. That's sort of a generic thing to say, I suppose, but I have Persistence of Time, which is maybe my favorite of theirs, although I really like Stomp 442. I have Stomp 442, I have the other two of their, like, classic trilogy or trinity or whatever of albums. Among the Living, which is just one of the greatest truth drops of all time in its album cover. Among the Living, you know, it's what Mark Passio talks about with, like, the dead, quote unquote. They call, you know, the controllers or whatever, they call, apparently, or according to Mark Passio, the sort of Satanists that run the world or whatever, the evil people, they refer to the living as the dead. You know, it's funny, the Night of the Living Dead, they refer to and really, like, they have a decent reason to, like, you know, most people are just their followers, most people just, you know, it's not like if you tell them anything, they'll believe it, but if someone with a gun and a badge tells them anything, they'll believe it. Or if somebody on TV with, like, a lot of fame and, like, oh, that's a person that maybe not even a lot of people like them, but they're put up in the public eye as if a lot of people like them, and then a lot of people start to follow them because it's like, oh, everybody likes this person. And so I don't even know if it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It may just be that it is, you know, like, it's a person that's put up in the media. And here's the thing, think about it this way. The people in the media are put in the media. Like, it doesn't take a lot for the people in the media to make someone a star. All they do is put someone there. It just takes them putting someone there in the media. They refer to, like, the regular people, the regular human, the regular person, people, as, like, the dead. And they do that.